Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent McCory and this is Africa 54. Tonight, former South African President Nelson Mandela remains in critical condition in a Pretoria hospital, but his health has deteriorated in the last 2 days as he battles a lung infection. At a news conference on Monday, President Jacob Zuma advised South Africans to accept the anti-apartheid icon's worsening condition.
And that, therefore, as he ages, his health will begin to trouble him. And I think what we need to do as a country is to pray for him. Is to pray for him to be well, is to ensure that the doctors do their work so that he could come out of the hospital. That's what we can do for Madiba as a country. If we did that, I think we'd be honoring Madiba and his life.
Mr. Mandela's doctors have told President Zuma that they are doing everything they can to treat the Nobel Peace Laureate and make him feel comfortable. Joining us now via Skype from Johannesburg with more on the health of Nelson Mandela is Anita Powell of the Voice of America. Hi, Anita.
Hi.
One thing we notice is that President Zuma has been giving very short statements. What can we read into that?
Well, the presidency has all along refused to reveal too many details of Mr. Mandela's condition. They're citing confidentiality, doctor-patient confidentiality and family reasons. But obviously, it's just a very sensitive issue. All we know right now is that the former president, is in critical condition. And when pressed, President Zuma said critical means critical, whatever that means.
Which it's a change. It was previously serious but stable. Now the word stable has been dropped and now we have critical. But now South Africans have been praying, hoping. Do you get the sense that they're getting used to the idea of a possibility that Nelson Mandela may no longer be with them in some days to come?
Definitely so. I think that's been circulating in the South African public and in the South African media, just the idea that nobody is immortal. But the news today or yesterday rather, last night, that the former president was in critical condition has come as a bit of a blow. I think even though South Africans say they accept his fallibility, I think it's still very wrenching and difficult.
Would it be also because there was some kind of raised hopes towards the end of last week? It was said that he could even be released to his home.
Right. There were reports that he was improving. The former president, Thabo Mbeki, said that he was improving. The president said that he was improving. But as we've discovered, that's changed.
Now, this is also, when this happens, it's not all the time people talk about arrangements like funeral, but I know that the president was asked this question, whether there are any arrangements being made.
Right, the president's spokesman, Mac Maharaj, was asked that question, and his response was brief. The answer is yes. The government is working on some sort of arrangement, some sort of service, but that's the most detail that they were willing to give publicly. Obviously, it's a very sensitive issue.
Yes, now South Africa is also preparing to host President Barack Obama of the U.S. How's that playing into the kind of atmosphere that is currently in South Africa?
Right. Well, of course, President Obama has his critics in South Africa, and that was always going to be in the background of this visit. Today, President Zuma, when asked, said he thought the visit might proceed, assuming that Mandela is still ill. If that were to change for the worse, then perhaps one wonders what might happen, and it remains to be seen. But it's going to be a very strange visit with this playing out in the background, no matter what happens.
Yeah, definitely. Very strange indeed. But also we know that there are people preparing some kind of demonstrations against the U.S.
Right. There is a group that opposes the U.S. drone attacks. And so they feel that President Obama is not welcome in South Africa. But this is not really new. Yeah. This has always kind of been there. It's always been an undercurrent. And as I said, everywhere he goes, the U.S. president has his critics.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, Anita, for updating us. We'll keep an eye on Nelson Mandela's health. Thank you. Anita Powell reporting for us from Johannesburg, South Africa.